G'day team, Coach Neil from the Black Dog Brotherhood, and today it is my immense pleasure to introduce one of our superstar clients, Mr. Aaron Locke. Mate, welcome to the show and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, yeah, Lockster joined the Brotherhood about, what was it now, 3 months ago? 2 months ago?
10 weeks actually. I was looking at your stats just before, 10 weeks.
Yeah. So, just was searching. I was on night shift, feeling pretty fucking shitty, and I come across the ad on Facebook, and not meant to use our phones and the machines, but I thought, fuck it, I was too bad. I'm using it because I was searching for stuff to you know, just to get back into the gym and get back in a good headspace.
Yep.
And I found that, and just sort of listened to the whole video while I was cruising around with the headphones on, and it just so far it's changing things for the good, which is
awesome, brother. Tell us a little bit about where you were at that point in time. So you saw the ad, and obviously it was there was enough going on in your life where you felt like you had to basically stop work and jump on and do this now before it went away. So where were you at that point in time with your sort of your fitness, your health, your headspace?
Yeah, well, pretty shitty. I was drinking pretty bad.
Yep.
And me and the missus were having some troubles. She took the boys away for a few weeks to live with her parents, and I was just basically just being a bit of a prick. So fair call for her. You know, she wanted to feel safe for the boys and her, and which is a fair call. So, and that just sort of turned me into
massive trigger.
Yeah, just a big trigger. Yeah, big trigger. Time to get shit right. Time to get in the right headspace. Because not only that, I mean, I could have lost my job. It could have been a lot worse. And if I hadn't found the Brotherhood probably in that time, shit could have gone pear-shaped. So
100%, dude. 100%. Yeah. Man, it's for anybody who hasn't done it, 10 weeks may sound like a long time, but it's really gone in the blink of an eye like that. And I remember doing our coaching call way back like that 10 weeks ago. Mate, tell us a little bit about, we'll start with sort of your physical sort of results. In the space of 10 weeks, what have you been able to achieve physically?
Well, physically, it's the motivation to get out of bed. The motivation's turned. So, it's to get to the gym. I mean, I am the crazy man that's going to the gym at 3 in the morning and going to the gym.
I get out of bed to go to bed. I get out of bed at 5 to go to the gym, and you've already posted fucking pics of yourself from the gym there. And I'm like, I can't even compete with that.
It's just like, wow. But it's, it's been a struggle. I'm not going to lie. If I'm getting up at that time, it's fucking cold. It's,
Actually, you're down in Whyalla, aren't you? So it's, we're not talking Brisbane cold. We're talking legitimate fucking South Australia cold.
Yeah, straight off the Arctic. We cop that southerly breeze pretty bad.
Yeah, you do, man. Yeah, you do. Mate, do you know what your starting stats were and where you are at the moment? I've got them right in front of me, so I'm cheating.
I reckon I was 112 waist, down to about 104.
Yeah, man.
Weight's not really shifted much, but when I truly, in April, I was about 103, 3.5 kilos.
Yep.
And now just under 100, so.
Yeah, man. So it's actually, you bring up a good point there. So you started at 101.4 and you're at 99 at the moment, and you remembered your weight, so 112 down to 104. So what this actually tells us, for people who aren't in the know about the reason we get people to do measurements as well as the weight, you've dropped like 8 centimeters off your waist in the space of 10 weeks, just under a centimeter a week, but your weight hasn't changed. So what that means is for every kilo of body fat that you've stripped off, you've replaced that with lean muscle mass. So at the same rate that you're ripping body fat off, you're packing it back on in lean muscle. And to verify this, so I've got your lifting stats here too, bro. So on your bench press, you started at 25, you're now at 75. So you've tripled your bench press in 10 weeks in starting. Your deadlift started at 30, you're now at 100. So you've more than tripled your deadlift. And your leg press went from 100 to 150. So you've increased by 50% with your leg press as well. So when you look at all of that, dropping 8 centimeters, so almost a centimeter a week off of your waist, your weight hasn't changed because you're stacking muscle back on, and you've pretty much tripled your strength gains from where you were in the space of 10 weeks. What sort of an impact has that had on your headspace? So getting out there and applying the nutrition and applying the training and applying the armor up and armor off drills, when you put all that together, how would you rate your headspace now compared to when you first started?
It's pretty good. Like my mindset's pretty solid at the moment. Like, as you know, I've had a few setbacks with just a few strains and niggles.
I call them old man injuries, mate, because I've got them as well.
Yeah, this getting old shit can fucking get fucked. But but yeah, I'm working through it. So that my plan is to like just focus on working through that. That it is what it is. That's concentrate on doing what you can. Like you said, you still got one arm, one leg, heartbeat, go for a walk.
That's right, man.
All those kinds of things to just reiterate in my head, because as you know, with depression, that can turn like that, and it can
downward spiral.
Oh, mate. I can go from and it's not just a day thing now. It can be an hourly thing for me. So I'll go.
So to reduce the actual time that you feel like you're in the hole for?
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
I can feel it. And I'm like, right, fuck that. I've had enough of that. And I'll do something to think about it. I'll meditate or.
So you've become aware of your triggers and you're able to.
Yeah, my triggers and my perception has changed.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah, so.
That's awesome. How hard would you say, obviously you've had some pretty amazing results for the space of just 10 weeks. How hard would you say it's been? So a lot of times when guys hear about a diet or they hear about going to the gym, instantly their mind goes to diet equals starvation, gym equals pain and suffering. How would you describe your experience with the training and the nutrition protocol?
At first it was pretty daunting. I'm not going to lie, because I'm just am I a retard? Am I not getting this? But, going into community and asking a few questions, bang, nailed it, on the right track. So you just got to trust your intuition with it, and then what you're putting in your gut. And I think I've laxed in a few areas, maybe too much carbs, because I settle for oat. I like eating a lot of oats for my carbs. I'm not a big person. It's really hard for me to eat a salad.
Yep.
At that fucking 12 o'clock period when I'm so programmed, like we all are, to have a breakfast type meal.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I'm still struggling. Still good
to go, bro.
But I substitute, my salads, my fruits, like some blueberry, berries, and throw some nuts in there, just to try to balance that starchy, non-starchy process.
Does it feel like you're on a diet? Does it feel like you're hungry all the time? Or does it feel like you're lacking?
No.
Does it feel like a diet, or does it feel like something you maintain for the rest of your life?
I feel like I've eaten too much.
You're just
you're just oh, am I meant to be this full?
You got to get past that sort of, like I said, people associate diet with hunger. And the one thing that, I would argue that probably more than half the guys in the Black Dog Brotherhood still don't eat as much as they need to continue building muscle and losing weight, because they just physically can't get that volume of food down. So I think it's important to realize just how much you can actually eat when you switch your food from processed to natural.
And now, obviously, the onboarding process and the way that you do the weekly mission, I don't even need to look at my weekly mission now anymore. It's all programmed. You know what I mean? So I still do it once I've run out my month.
Yep.
I still do it because it's the process I like to do to remind me and keep me accountable.
Yep.
But you do little tweaks without even having to alter it on the paperwork. Do you know what I mean? On the spreadsheet. So
100%.
Yeah. So learning to do the protocol and nutrition now is a piece of piss, and I probably prefer eating later.
Yeah. So. Awesome. Now you brought up the community, the fact that anytime you get stuck, you can jump straight into the community. And even if I'm not there at that point in time, there's always somebody there to answer a question, not just for fitness or nutrition, but, a lot of the guys are walking the same walk and have been down the same pathways. There's a lot of, there's a lot of guys who are, down that same sort of state, or anxiety or PTSD or alcoholism or addiction. Tell us about your experience with the community and what you've taken away from your time with the actual Black Dog Brotherhood community, bro.
The community is top shelf, man. You cannot get this kind of unprecedented kind of help from anyone, like a psychologist because it's like a moral support. It's reminding you that, hey, everyone's situation is different, but it's still the concept's the same. You know what I mean? So for me,
everybody's point A is different, everybody's point B is different, but the journey between the two is the same.
Yeah, and it's just it's really and listening to Duncan, Rick's testimonial things they did the other night was
that was amazing.
Raw, emotional, You know, I've gone in live once when I just had a shit of a week, shit of a day, and I thought, fuck this, I'm going to put it on and I post it. And then I got, I can't remember who posted it. Was Luke?
Yeah.
Luke, I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yep.
He actually,
it inspired him to get his shit into order.
Oh, and that to me gave me goosebumps, man.
Yep.
That gave me goosebumps to the point where I've blurted my fucking bullshit out, and this guy's listened to it and gone, "Wow, that's resonating."
Out of this.
And that's what the brotherhood community is for me. It resonates and it helps.
Awesome,
when you're feeling a shit house, you go on there and listen to it. Even you don't even have to comment, like go live. You can just be a situation and watch a few people's comments, and that helps. You know,
yeah, man. One of the big things I'm always trying to impress upon people is the fact that the training is the easy side. You know, that's the easy part of it. The nutrition is the easy part of it. The crux of the success that all the guys who have had like major success inside of the Black Dog Brotherhood, I always find they're the guys who are sort of like the pillars within the community. They're the guys who are actively contributing. And it's like a boomerang. The more people contribute to the community, the more comes back. Like you said, you put something out. Luke got something out of that straight away, which lifted him, got him into gear. And him getting something out of your feed instantly came back like a boomerang as well. So the community, I find, is what, without the community, it's just another training program. It's just another nutritional protocol. And the community, I find, is the crux of it. Mate, before the Black Dog Brotherhood, what had you tried previous to this, and why do you think it hadn't worked for you?
Well, I'd been on calorie deficit for a while, and I was pretty lean there before I sort of got out of control.
Were you lean and miserable at the same time?
Yeah. It's like, you know what I mean? You're like, you just, oh, really? That's all I can eat today? It's like, fucking what? Okay, I'm looking good, but I don't know. And I'm like, yeah. And I'd stuck with it for a good 2 years, man. You know, I'd stuck it out. I fucking really knuckled down with it. And then, just went off the rails again, you know? So it's so, you know, having mental health issues can make you, get deflated and put that weight on pretty quick.
Yes.
Didn't take long. It took me 2 years to lose it, but it took me fucking 6 months to put it back on.
That's right. It's the difference between burning down a house and building one.
Yeah.
Hey. Like that, but yeah.
You're dead right, mate. You know,
man. 100%. Man, so 10 weeks in, your headspace is, you're practically a new man from the guy I spoke to on a coaching call 10 weeks ago. Your lifts have tripled. Your waist is dropping every single week. You're not losing weight, but it doesn't matter because every kilo of body fat that you lose is being replaced by lean muscle mass. If there's anybody out here at the moment who's watching this right now and they're going, "Holy shit, I really resonate with what Az is saying. What's going on with him?" What would be your advice for anybody who's watching you right now and resonating with what you've been through and where you've come from?
Biggest thing for me is I can understand people's anxieties about opening up to this kind of program.
Yep.
But do not fucking hesitate. Get in there. It's a lifelong journey. I'm going to be sticking this out. I've made a promise to my family and myself. So that kind of commitment and having that help as well is going to bring nothing but success if you jump on board. So
awesome, brother. Awesome.
Get stuck into it.
Man, it has been, mate, we're only 10 weeks in. We're only just scratching the surface. So I'm excited to see, Aaron at the 12-month mark. If you've been able to achieve this in just 10 weeks, it's going to be phenomenal to see where you're at that.
But not in a fucking
another one of these at the 12-month mark.
If you haven't put me in a fucking Zephyr frame by then, mate.
Say again, brother?
If you haven't put me in a fucking Zephyr frame by then.
That's right. But the Black Dog Brotherhood's the best thing that ever happened to me.
Yeah. I'm only joking anyway, but it's just trying to throw the the comical mask out there. So.
That's not our fault, mate. That's old age. I got that as well. Awesome, mate. Mate, I know you got little rugrats running around in the background there, so I'm not going to take up too much more of your time.
Yeah, don't, because it's date night too for the missus. We just had some Chinese. So.
Oh, look at that. So you prioritise date night with the missus to come and talk. I'm flattered, bro. I'm honoured.
No, it's all good, mate. All good.
Pass on my apologies to your missus for stealing you away. I'm going to put the kids down and enjoy date night, my friend. And I'll see you inside of the community in the not too distant future.
All right. Peace, bro.
Thanks for that, brother. Enjoy yourself.
See you, mate.